So when we're teaching a dog to come to us, he needs to be able to come away from distractions. So there's a number of things that we can do, building our bond so that he prefers to come to us to other things, practicing all sorts of different recall exercises. And one of those different recall exercises starts to introduce distraction, and it's called come past the dish, or come past the bowl. And you start off with a dish of some kind. You drop the food, one piece of food in it. It makes a noise. You may not be able to hear that, but he can because he's right here. You have to watch what you're using. It depends on your dog. Quincy is a little bit nervous of the noise in a metal dog dish. It's a bit too loud for him, so I want him to be very comfortable with this. So we're using this thing. So I'll do this 5 times. And, he's gotten used to it. By now he's got the idea. Now, this is an exercise played best with 2 people. So one person can hold the dog, and the other person can call the dog. So since I'm by myself, I have to do this alone. So I will put him in a stay, and he is a pretty good stay. We'll see what happens out here. This is his first time out here. So if you can have that second person, what you get is a bit more enthusiasm because he is restrained. In the stay, I've taught him to stay, he's choosing to stay, and so the recall won't be quite as enthusiastic, but you can still do it that way if he has a good stay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set him up, I'm going to put my dish out, and then I'm going to walk away and call him. You set the dish, if I'm going to go from there to there, I'd set the dish halfway. How close do I put it to our line of travel? That depends on the dog, and it's a bit of a trial and error thing. Maybe it has to be 6 feet away, maybe 3 feet away is okay. What's going to happen is before I leave him, I'll do this again, making the noise in the dish, have him remain there, the person holding him, put the dish at the halfway point, a few feet out, continue to where I'm going to stand and call him, and then I'm going to call him. On my way, I'm going to take the piece of food out of here that I had put in, so that when I go to put the dish down, it will be empty. So that if your dog decides, I'm going to check that dish out before, or don't drop food while you're teaching this either, bonus points for the dog, I'm going to check out that dish before I come to you. There's nothing in it for him to find. Comes to you, you reward him with a lovely treat, and then you take him back to that empty dish and you quietly put in a piece of food and you go, here, look at this. And he goes up to the dish and goes, there wasn't anything in there before, at least I didn't think there was, this is interesting. And you just start working with it like that. The variations can be as he gets better, you move the dish closer and closer and closer to his travel path. Then you can maybe start with something that's a bit more exciting, or even just leave this in the dish to see if he'll still ignore the dish and then go back to get the food out. Then maybe something a bit better. So we will start. We're going to come over here. Okay. I'm going to make my sound again. We can have it. As a reminder. I'm going to make my sound again. 6. Oh, okay, stay. They don't might be too hot. Take the food out. Call it and we'll see what happens. Quincy! Yes, good boy. Good boy. So, I don't know how long the pavement is. He may not have wanted to sit on it, and that's okay. He stayed put. He also chose not to go to the dish, but I still took him back to it to show him there is a piece of food in there. Because he always needs to think there is something over there to go to. He just chooses not to do that. So you just repeat this game, and like I said, move the dish a little bit closer all the time as he shows he can do it. And don't worry if he does go to it. The dish is empty when you put it down.